Thanks. Okay, looks good. Hello, good morning, everyone. I would like to say thanks first for organizing this event and inviting us to be a part of it. Very excited to be here and listening to other presentations. I noticed there are some similarities in our journeys, so which is always good to hear. My name is Tolga Karabulut. I'm the operations manager now in the at CCLC in the OSNm department, and I'll be talking a little bit about our digital transformation journey. Okay, so I will start by talking about CCLC a little bit, and just a quick introduction and the programs and services that we provide. And then I will go into our digital journey, talk a little bit about the origins and where we are at right now. And then, of course, I was section for the pandemic. As we heard all morning, it kind of really affected the service delivery. And then I will talk a little bit about where we want to go from here. And I will end my presentation. So who we are. We are the London Cross-Cultural Learner Centre. We provide settlement services in London and the surrounding areas to newcomers. So we were established in 1968. We have a history of over 50 years now. And we were incorporated as a nonprofit charitable organization in 1980. So we have more than 10 programs today, and we serve thousands of newcomers every year. We are growing, especially in the last few years, which is really good. And we currently have more than 130 full-time employees. This is our mission and our vision. It is to provide integration services and support to newcomers, and also promoting intercultural awareness and understanding in the community. Our vision is a simple one. As you can see, it's to create a more welcoming community where newcomers can succeed. And we follow these values while we are providing our services. I'm just going to talk a little bit about our services, which might give you an idea about all the programs that we have at the center. So we have 2 temporary residences that provides temporary accommodation to refugees and that arrive in London, Ontario. One of them is Joseph's House, and it's mostly refugee claimants that stay there temporarily until they find a more permanent rental place. And we have our Jeremiah's House, which is also another temporary residence. It's at a main building at 505 Dundas in downtown. And this is where the government assistant refugees stay when they arrive in London, Ontario, while we work with them, we do the orientations, and until we find them a permanent place to live. These are some of the programs. I didn't put all of them in because of the time constraint. We have our orientation services for newcomers, which is basically where all our settlement counselors are. And they provide the settlement services to all the newcomers with different immigration statuses that ranges from like housing, education, all the community services and referrals. We have our resettlement assistance program, which is the main program where we receive the government assistant refugees that comes to London, Ontario. They come, as I mentioned, we provide them temporary accommodation, and then we do all the mandatory orientations with them. Explain them life in Canada in general, and then we help them find a permanent accommodation to live, and then we also provide them with some life skills after they move out. Another program is client support services. This mainly assists the newcomers with their medical needs, any kind of medical need. They do referrals to and book appointments at the hospital, at the clinics. And we also provide language assessment services for all the newcomers to London, Ontario. So anybody who wants to attend ESL classes, when they first arrive, they first go through the language assessment process. And then once they have their language assessment done, they are referred to one of the ESL classes in London. We also help with employment. We have a program called Job Search Workshop. So any newcomers who are looking for employment, to work on their resume, to work on their skills, and how to prepare for interview. That's kind of like the main point of the job search workshops. And we also have a program called Settlement Services in Schools. This is mainly our settlement workers that are located in the elementary and secondary schools in London, Ontario. And they help families who have children in those schools to help them to connect with their school, help any kind of questions they have, orientation to the school system, and if they have any questions or any concerns, they help to connect the school and the parents together to work on the successful integration of the newcomer children to schools. So there are so many programs, as you can see, but they all kind of like work together. Because we have a circle of care understanding at the center, which all programs work together to provide care and service to newcomer families. So after that part, I can start with our digital journey. It's called ICORA. You can see it stands for Information, Communication, Orientation, Referral, and Assessment. It's kind of all the main points of the services that we provide. Our project started in 2017. We partnered with Inborg to develop this ICORA, our digital database, and it went live in 2018. This kind of talking about the origins of our journey and why we started and what we were looking for. Oh. Okay, so as I mentioned, we started in 2017, and I think the digital transformation for us was always kind of on the agenda, even before that. But 2016 actually has been one of the pivotal points when we received a lot of Syrian refugees. The Syrian initiative started when the Canadian government decided to bring around like 1,000, we received around 1,000 Syrian refugees in the amount of like 3 months, which was kind of like a really big, high number of clients arriving for us. And that kind of started to make us think through like, okay, maybe we need a more efficient system. We can't do the paper and pen anymore that the previous presenters were talking about, that we need to increase our efficiency. We need to save time on managing the documents and all the paperwork, and focus more on working and providing services to clients. So that was how the origins of our journey started, which was around also the same time that I joined CCLC. Another main thing for us was to increase, like, have a better communication between programs. You've seen that we have many programs, but as I mentioned, they all work closely with each other when it comes to providing services to families. So, and better communication was really needed in terms of information gathering and sharing between departments. So there's going to be less emails, there's going to be less paper being carried around, and we have a centralized database that all the staff from all the programs can access, and that way it would really diminish the amount of time that it's taking for communication, right? And part of that was, of course, the document management, because before that, every program would have their own documents, have their own paper copies of the client's important immigration documents. We work with documents a lot. I mean, newcomers come a lot with a lot of immigration documents, right? And then for all the applications and everything after you arrive, it can be an OIP application, it can be the social insurance number, you can imagine all the childcare benefit applications. We work with a lot of documents. So we needed a better way to maintain these documents and also manage them and share them in a more effective way. And another thing, as you may know, we're funded by the IRCC, and of course it comes with a lot of reporting responsibilities. We always work to make it better for reporting. So we really needed a system to make our reporting responsibilities easier and more time efficient for us. Because we do a lot of reporting. We work with Sai would know, and sometimes the reporting requirements change, and then we have to change it accordingly. So that was another reason that we moved to a digital database. So I just want to talk a little bit about our digital database, which is called ICORA. It's I didn't put it here, but it's another Microsoft CRM platform, and it's a centralized database for us that all staff have access to. And what we do here is that we have all our clients and families on ICORA, and we record all our services and all the events, orientations, and everything, any kind of information that you can think of about the clients. We put them all in our database. So from any program, anybody can go into ICORA and can see who that client is, when they arrived, what kind of services they received before, the history of services, and what still needs to be followed up and what needs to be done. We use it also for the most effectively when it comes to communication and doing referrals. Every department, when they're referring one client to the other, they use ICORA to let another program know that this client needs this service, right? And we have our reports. iCare is our national reporting system that all the agencies, service provider organizations that are providing newcomer settlement services have to report their services on this national platform, which is called iCare. So what we have in ICORA right now is that we have a bulk upload report. I can see that it's, I think I misspelled it. The bulk upload report that we use ICORA, that it generates us the reports that we can then just go ahead and upload it on iCare. And also a lot of programs need a lot of reports on a monthly basis that for the management purposes that we utilize also ICORA in terms of how many services have been provided, how many clients have been intaked, what is the current caseload, and it just helps us to manage the workflow every month. Next, I just want to talk a little bit about the challenges. Of course, every new project comes with challenges. And for us, I just wanted to start from the beginning where one of the most challenging parts was the initial work that needs to be done, because we started from scratch. And it took a lot of meetings and a lot of time with Inborg, and they've always been very supportive. But to start the process to build it was a long process, but it was rewarding at the same time, right? The more you work on it, and actually the end product is better. Another challenge was with onboarding, and what I mean by that is that actually a lot of staff was very excited and about this when we started working on this new digital database, and everybody was kind of on board with the ultimate goal. Everybody recognized the need, and that this is going to be a better system. But at the same time, it was such a new thing that some people find it kind of very challenging to get used to it, to get used to the new database, right? So it's probably, I'm guessing in every organization, there are many different people with different levels of digital literacy and comfort levels. So what we found is during this process is sometimes we need to customize our approach when we are having people on board this new project, and some people need more support than others. That might be the case. And another challenge is now every time we get someone on board, we hire new staff, right? There's this training process, which we are kind of thinking about or looking for some ways to ease that, coming up with some resources that when a new person starts, a new staff member, we can provide them with some sort of either videos or a written document, and then they can familiarize themselves with the system, and then we can provide support after that, sitting one-on-one, having a quick orientation. And another point was improving the user experience. This is kind of, I guess, like one of the continuous elements of the digital transformation, of any digital transformation process, I guess, because there's always room for improving the user experience, right? Making it more user-friendly, which kind of really alleviates all the other challenges with training and onboarding people. So this is also another thing that is kind of always on our agenda, and we always look for ways to make it better. So I just want to touch up on the pandemic, because one of the surprise byproducts of this moving to this digital database was the experience during the pandemic. So when the pandemic started in 2020, all our offices closed and all the staff started working from home. And we totally switched to a different service delivery model, which was virtual services. Everybody was providing services to our clients from home, which is usually has never been our main model of service delivery, because we work with clients, they come in, and it's our work is also a lot of built around socializing and creating a feeling of community, right, with clients. So the pandemic has changed that a lot, and what we had when we started working from home, that we had Icora, that we can find out information about our clients, what's being done, right? What kind of documents are there? You don't have to go to the office to find a document, or you don't have to go to the next office to talk to someone about what's happening with the client, because it was already all on Icora. So it was a really beneficial to see that that we had a digital database, that we started this digital transformation journey, because it made us made the switch to virtual services much easier for us, I think. It helps us to stay connected with all our clients, and also all the other staff. I thought there was a question for a second. Okay. And so one of the ultimate outcomes of the pandemic, I guess, have been for our sector, also I'm guessing for a lot of other sectors too, is the hybrid service delivery model, which means kind of like the combination of like in-person services and also virtual services at the same time, because it seems like all the virtual or the remote service delivery model that we had to switch because of the pandemic is here to stay. And so that we need to adjust our approach considering that. So the last thing that I want to mention is to look at the future, to the road ahead. Okay. So where we want to go from here, kind of, right? And one of the areas that we want to work on in the future is expanding our virtual services that we have already started and increasing our capacity. So this, what this means to us is kind of having multiple platforms for clients to access our services. This can be web-based platforms where we can where clients can access the services or the initial communication with the center, part of the intake process that we have. And it can also be about the language assessment that we do, where people can book their own appointments without having to call or without having to come to the center. So it's pretty much like what we have right now is very staff focused. It is there to help the staff to manage their work better, to have a better communication with other platforms and everything. We, moving forward, we would like to have it also more client-centered to empower the client, right? Offering alternative ways to access the center and accessing the services. And we would like to do that based on the client's use of technology, because it's like a lot of clients use the technology in very different ways, right? These days, for example, the phones have become probably more mainstream than the laptops. Everybody has their phone, and any kind of information they want to find, and they want to connect. It's become what's connecting everybody to the outside services. So we would like to take those things into consideration and look for ways to incorporate that client's perspective to the system, where they can engage in the digital transformation of the center too. And that was part of this, probably part of the us as the service provider learning from the clients too, right? I think that's pretty much it for my presentation. If you have any questions, please do so. This is our information, our website, CCLC.org. If you have any questions or we want to connect later too, that's our email address is up there too. And thank you so much for listening.